Exercise 11.13 requires us to perform two-stage factorising, which means that we're going to have three factors as solutions to each of these equations. So let's take a look at the first one, 2x squared plus 14x plus 20. Here it is. Let's take a shot at it. So, first step, ask ourselves what is common to each of these components? What is common to each of those elements? And 2 is common. So if I divided the whole thing by 2, well, I'd end up with x squared because 2 times x squared is 2x squared. I'd end up with a 7x because 2 times 7x is 14x. And I'd end up with a 10 because 2 times 10 is 20. Now we look at the factorization we've made, and we now are going to refactorize the quadratic equation into its usual two factors. So we're factorizing the factorization. So factors of 10 are going to be 1 and 10 and 2 and 5. We put our x and x in the usual fashion. We notice that the signs are going to be the same. They could be a minus and a minus. They could be a plus and a plus. We don't know which, so we have a look at the other sign and we see plus, so it must be both plus. So I put my two pluses in, and now I'm looking for numbers that add together to give a 7. And of the numbers I have here, a 2 and a 5 add together to give me my 7. So I put my 2 and my 5 in, doesn't matter which order, and we're finished. Okay, let's have a look at this one here. Now, notice we have elements that are common, could include 1, 2, or 4. So each of these could be divisible by any of those numbers, but we're after the highest common factor. And the highest common factor is going to be a 4. So I'm going to divide this equation by 4. I'm going to end up with an x squared. This would be a 7x. This would be a minus 18. And now I'm ready to perform the factorization of the thing I've just factored. So I end up with my 4. I'm going to now create my other two factors. I've got factors of 18 is what I'm looking for, which are 1 and 18, 2 and 9, which, by the way, looks like what I'm looking for, and a 3 and a 6. So I write my x and my x. I notice the signs are going to be different, so I've got a plus and a minus in there somewhere, and I notice that whatever I choose must add or subtract to give me a plus 7. Well, there's only one thing that does that, and that's the 2 and the 9. So where does the 2 and the 9 go here? Signs are different, and we see the biggest one must be positive. Plus here means that the two numbers we choose, of those, the larger of the two numbers must be positive. Which is the larger of the 2 and the 9? The 9 is the largest is positive, so the 9 must go next to the positive, and the 2 by the negative. And we're done.